Hiya, this is a quick all over body full cars practice for every joint. If you're a little short on time, you're not quite sure what to do. We're going to begin in seated. You can have a bolster nearby or a pillow, and you can also have a ball if you want to add a little bit more weight to these. So find a comfortable seat, just balancing your chest over your pelvis. We want to keep the shoulders quite soft as we gently drop the chin down to the chest. Rolling the chin to look down the length of the right arm. You could stop here or turn the chin, lead the ear towards the shoulder, and then raise the chin as you roll the head back. Left ear, left shoulder, turning the chin to look down the left arm, rolling the chin to center. Let's reverse that, looking down the left arm, dropping the ear to the shoulder, rolling the head back, right ear to right shoulder, turning the chin, and then rolling the chin forwards. One more of those, coming to the right, all the way around. And these are a check-in. So if you come across bits that don't feel good, you don't want to go to those angles, you don't need to. As you come back from that right side, gently lift the chin. Crossing the arms in front of the chest, we'll flex the spine forwards, pelvis stays still. And then we'll rotate to the right. Right shoulder, right hip, and then leaning the chest all the way back. Left shoulder, left hip, turning to the left through center inflection. Reversing, twist left, left shoulder, left hip, all the way around, right shoulder, right hip, twisting, flexing. One more each way, to the right first, twist, lean, extend, lean, twist, flex. Twisting left, leaning left, extending, leaning, twisting, center. As you come up, undo the arms, and just take the arms into a V or a YMCA. As you shrug the shoulders up around the ears, pull them forwards and up, and then pull them down and back. And as you just move through this shoulder square, you can feel the scapula pull themselves around the rib cage. Body stays still, and you can use lots of engagement through the muscles of the rest of the body to stabilize. Good. One more of those, all the way around those angles. Good. And then as you release the arms down, we'll gently bring ourselves all the way around into hands and knees. Comfortable, easy place, and we're going to move through the spine. So we'll start from neutral, and then we'll slowly start to tip the tail up and feel that gentle stretch through the front body as you slowly work through the body to extend the chest, extend the head. Keep the head and the chest lifted as you slowly tuck under the tail. Feel the lower back stretch, feel your belly contract as you curl all the way up into your cat. Looking down with your head, start to untuck the tail again. Slowly lengthening through the front body, articulating each of the vertebrae, lifting up. And again, tucking that tail under, slowly curling all the way into that cat. And then undoing into neutral. And just finding that movement through the scapula again, so you can move those shoulder blades through those four corners of the shoulder square. One more. And then when you've finished those, we're going to bring ourselves down onto our side. This is where you could use your pillow underneath your head, or you could use your arm if you're comfortable. An option to grab a hold of the ball here as you lay on your side, bent knees. We're going to move through the shoulder joint, grabbing a hold of the ball if you want to. Try not to turn the chest at all. You're going to sweep the arm in front of the face, and then we're going to rotate, thumb goes down, and we spin that ball all the way around until it faces behind us as we bring the hand next to the hip. So add a little internal resistance each time you move through a rotation. Arm stays engaged, abdomen stays engaged, and you can squeeze those knees together. So you isolate the movement of the shoulder. And just imagine each time, it's as though you're sort of swimming through mud that's becoming a little thicker. So you have to push a little harder. If you come across anything in the joint, any angle that doesn't feel good, you just avoid that angle. This is the last one coming back. And last one coming forwards. Once we bring that hand forwards, ball or no ball, we're going to place the ball into the back of the leg, or you can just bend the knee. The top arm's going to reach up to stabilize the chest as we take the knee to chest, the knee to ceiling. We're going to internally rotate and kick back. Same with the leg. The first one, we just check it out a little bit. And then the second one, we add a little more intensity in the rest of the body, a little more resistance here. And we want to push into those edges without turning the body, without turning the chest. Good, this is our last one, lifting knee to chest, knee to ceiling. Internal rotation, always the tricky bit as you kick back. And then last one going back, kick the heel back, turn the knee up, bring it all the way around. And as you hold that there, you can take the ball out or just use your hand, place the ball beside the knee on the thigh side of the leg as we extend and bend. Let's just check in with those hamstrings. Keep that shin level. Last one. Good. And then you can just roll yourself over to the other side. I'm going to switch ends so you don't have to witness my back bend. Placing the support underneath your head, or just using your arm as you lay on the other side. Stacking the knees, making sure you're comfortable. Taking that top arm with the ball, or just making a fist as you sweep the arm in front of the face. And then moving through. First one again, just exploratory. Any crunchy bits, clicky bits, noisy bits, just assess how they feel. Maybe a little more oomph, a little more squeeze through the body. The more active all the other muscles are in the body, the more isolated this movement is going to be in that joint. Good, last round coming up, forwards, all the way back. Really explore that full range. Take it back. Good, and then as you bring it round, ball or no ball, place it in the back of the knee. If your knees are as sweaty as me, it's all fun. Knee to chest, knee to ceiling, internal rotation to extension. So your bottom leg and your top arm, if it's reaching up, they're your sort of guides for how much you're rolling the rest of the body. Isolating again that movement in this hip that we're moving. Going back. And then this is our last round coming up, knee to chest. Really give it some welly here. Really carve out the edge of that joint. The heavier the ball, the more intensely you'll work. Good, so as you bring that knee in, we're going to place it, ball just on top of the thigh. Try and keep the knee level, the foot level, so we're not rotating the hip as we extend and bend that knee. Last one. And then as we release, we're going to push ourselves back over onto that hands and knees position. We're going to tuck under the toes. So we're going to find a little toe stretch, which might just be pushing some weight through those toes or dropping the bum all the way down to the heels. If you're very comfortable there, you can come up into a seat while we work the elbow joints. If not, you can find a different seat. So I'm going to turn the palms forwards, keep the upper arms squeezing against my rib cage, and then as I bend the elbows, try and bring the little fingers towards the fronts of the shoulders. Turn the palms away and then push the hands down, elbows straighten. So now imagine that your hands are really heavy and you're having to squeeze those biceps, pushing away with resistance. Good, last one, turning in, turning away, pushing. Good, now as we turn the palms up, we're going to bend the elbows, Palms are going to stay flat as we work the wrists. Put the little finger edge towards each other and then rotate, point the fingertips down, stretch through those wrists. Curl up through that thumb side, bring the fingertips up to the ceiling. Try not to bend the knuckles here as you move through these rotations. All the way around. Last one. Ignore your toes, I am. Good, and then as you come back, we'll just give the fingers a little shake out. Undo the tuck of the toes, and we'll point the toes this time. So again, you can drop some of the weight down into the heels, or you can have a block between them. If that's enough of a stretch, stay here. If you want to lean the weight back onto the tops of the feet, you can. And lean the weight into the fingertips and lift the knees, you can increase that sense of stretch just for a few breaths. Good, and then as you release the knees down, we're going to scooch over, take a seat on the bum. Only left leg here as we find the right heel forwards, stabilizing that right thigh. We're going to rotate the shin side to side so we move through that right knee. Couple of those. You can do it manually or you can let go and do it just moving that lower leg. Good, so let's turn the toes out, let's lift, and then let's extend the knee with the toes turning out. Turn the toes in from the shin and bend the knee all the way. Two more, turn out, lift up, turn in, close. Last one, out, up, in, close. Keep the leg hovering. We're going to stabilize the shin now, and we're going to rotate through the ankle joint. So just moving that foot all the way around. We'll go 3 times one direction, and then we'll go 3 times the other direction. And when you've done those 3, we're going to find either a lunge or a combat stance. I'm going to pop up onto that left leg, and I'm just going to pulse into that front ankle. I'm going to keep the heel on the ground so you can feel that stretch maybe through the calf or through the top of the foot. If this isn't comfortable, just come into a lunge. You can do that same movement here. And you feel at the bottom of that pulse, we're going to hold that, so we're really sort of pushing to stretch the calf. If you're in a lunge, it'll just look slightly different, but you'll get the same stretch. If you want to go a little further here, we're going to reach the arms forwards. I'm going to push into both feet, that back foot particularly, as I come all the way up, top of the back foot. And then as I slowly sit back down, keeping that front heel down, dropping the bum to the heel. One more like that, pushing to come all the way up, all the way down. And if you're just holding that pulse, we'll come out of it now, and we'll switch sides. So it doesn't matter what your right leg does. We're going to find that left leg, stabilize the thigh. We're going to rotate that shin, rotate that lower leg side to side a few times manually, or you can let the leg find this movement. Next time your toes turn out to the left, we'll hold the thigh, lift the foot, we'll extend the knee, turn the toes to the right and bend the knee. To the left, extend, to the right, bend. Last one, left, extend, right, bend. Now hold the shin as we find those ankle rotations. Biggest circle you can without moving the shin. 3 one way and then 3 the other way. And we've done those 3, we'll again either find that lunge or that combat stance. Heel's going to stay down. I'm going to pulse and pulse until we get that ankle stretch. Really keep pressing the heel down. And just hold that bottom of the pulse. Really lean the body weight into it like you're trying to push the knee forwards of the toes. You could stay here in this stance, or you can reach the hands forwards, pushing into the back foot. We're going to slowly come up. Big ankle work there, big knee work. And then slowly come down. The softer you land, the gentler you land, the more fun it is. Good. Number 2, we're going to come up. And then we're going to come down. And then this is where it's going to get quite fun. Okay, you're going to go from here to bring yourself over into a squat. So your squat can be low, medium or high. You can rest the elbows onto the thighs, or you can come into a full malasana squat. You're going to take your right arm, wedge it to the inside of your right leg and do a twist to the left. You can look under the armpit, or you can just pop the hand onto the hip and pull the shoulder back. Coming through center, we're going to switch. One more each side. And then as you come back to center, we're just going to butterfly both knees apart. So open both knees and drop them in. Open both knees and drop them in. I'll show you from the front. We're going to do 6 more. Open, close. Open, close. 4, 3, 2, 1. Then from here, reach your hands forwards. We're going to slowly extend into a forward bend. I'm just going to scooch to the side. So feet can turn forwards, and we're going to just see if the knees want to be bent, or we can pulse the knees from bent to straight. Wherever your forward fold feels good. And then let's hold that forward fold. You could hold opposite elbow, or you could let the arms hang. As you release the arms, soften the knees, tuck the tail, slowly roll yourself all the way to standing. Tadasana, ready to begin your day. Namaste.